hope everyone's had a good weekend so far. Oh well, good break, whatever you will call it. Yeah, we're back at it. Just give me a second, sorting out the last few things. Today has been a horrendous day for me so far. So, give me a little bit of slack if you would. That is not working currently. Of course it's not. When is this working correctly? See if this fixes it. There we go. That should be fixed now, and nice. Cool. All right. Oh, yes. So it has been a little bit of time since the last stream on Friday. Which doesn't seem like that long, but 3 days, kind of long time. To explain why we've had a 3-day break. I talked about this a fair bit last week, and I thought I'd make it pretty clear here. I'll probably make another thing about it later, but point is, this is going to be what the new schedule looks like moving forward, with working around my degree, excluding times where I may consider having to omit another day just to enable my studies further. I'm not going to show the schedule, but the fact is, Monday is a no-go. It is a full day of study. Like, I want to stress, I even considered streaming in evenings and afternoons to compensate for things. That is a day that starts at 8 and ends at 3 at minimum. So I'm not gonna stream then. I would prefer to spend the rest of that day just working on stuff. I hope you understand. Tuesday, I have a little bit of time in the mornings, not much. That's probably only going to be like 2-hour streams. It's 2-hour blocks, so I'm gonna have to figure out exactly what's going into that slot. For now, it will be programming, purely because I don't think there's much I can do until I feel more comfortable with coding this and another thing. At the moment, Wednesday's Yakuza, that one's probably going to be relatively untouched. Just means I'll be probably finishing at 4 hours instead of 5. Thursday, completely untouched. I'm probably going to do 5 to 7 hour streams on Thursdays. So for now, Persona's going to take that slot. Because not anything negative to Persona Reloaded, but I'd love to be able to actually play that through. And then Friday is going to stay as Spider-Man, but that's probably going to also stick to the same rule as Yakuza, where it's going to stick to the 4-hour bracketing. Again, I apologize, I probably sound very out of it today, and all that. So to explain that, I woke up at midnight, and I haven't been able to get back to sleep, so I had about a 3-hour sleep. And yesterday I was already feeling exhausted, so I don't know how long today's stream's gonna be. I genuinely don't. We'll see. So, thinking over today. So we don't have everything finished for UI like I'd hoped we would. That's fine, right? It's looking really, really incredible. There's a lot of cool stuff. So hopefully that gets chunked away at this week. I'm gonna send another message my mate's way to see where he's at on that and see if we need to catch up some afternoon or something like that to talk it through. So that then leaves me in a situation where I need to, so again, we're going to make this list and it's going to be the same as always. EXs, assists, abilities. These are the 3 things that I can think of that are needed and are absolutely essential to work on. So this is a fair bit. Then we've also got I have one new enemy that we worked on a little bit last time, that I really want to work on, and I just genuinely want to get that done for the next release cycle. Because at this point I might as well just add as much content together as I can to justify the fact of how long it has been since the last update. And then aside from that, I'm going to bootleg do some crate systems, because I want to test a few things out. So these are the priorities. So this is mainly art assets that are needed. And then just some scripting. So those are going to be our priorities. I might not be so good at getting distracted today, talking with people on as time goes on, stuff like that. And I again do genuinely apologize. It's just pure and simply I'm really, really tired. I probably shouldn't even be doing this stream. I'm probably going to have it as a fairly shortish one overall, because I have a lot of other things that I need to sort out. But I wanted to make sure I turned up today and talked about what's going on, what's going to happen moving forward with the streams, even though there's going to be several people that are not going to listen to this beginning part and are going to ask me anyway, and then I'm going to get annoyed because I'm going to have to either repeat it or refer them here. So I will probably make a tweet about it, and then I will just pin that or some shite in the chat. In fact, I could do that right now. All right. God damn it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, grab that, and then I'm gonna go in here. There, I swear to God, if any of y'all can ask me about it further, I'm going to get mad. So yeah, if any of y'all get confused, just refer to that tweet and I'll leave it at that for now. Okay. To be fair, no one's here at this point, so everyone's forgotten about me over the weekend. That's not too surprising. Moved on to bigger and better things. Okay, let's launch the dev environment engine thing. Just gonna hide this so I can hide some stuff I'm working on. And we'll decide from there what ability we'll work on first. I need to just lock in and get these done. These are going to be pretty much outside of some other stuff I need to get done this week. This is going to be my priority. I'm actually backburnering my other 2 game projects to work on this primarily this week, because again, I want a dev cycle. I want the next update out before I start study. Best case scenario. That's why I need to message my friend, because it's like, dude, you said last week. So all right. Yeah, okay, cat. Chill. So there is one thing I need to add to weapons. And their functionality. Whoops. So this is basically what I'm gonna have to do to all of the weapons. Now you might wonder, what is this? This is a preparation for something I've wanted to do for a long time. So we might as well get it done now. This is to do with abilities, by the way. just to make that clear. Okay, I need to actually add this little bit in so it's just faster. Okay. Yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting to start programming for assignments again. Especially knowing that I've been informed this semester does pick up quite a bit. Okay. There's also some reworks I want to do to some of the other weapons at some point, but the reworks I want to do, I need a lot of time to plan them out. To explain what I'm talking about, so there's one weapon I've decided is going to be a future character's main weapon, and because of that, I want to give it a little bit more cleanup and power. So one thing I want to make very clear is that there is a lot of weapons in here that are not exactly that high in power level, purely because they're there. They're kind of there to fill out the numbers, but they're not substantially that much stronger. Like with a good synergy, they'll probably be stronger than some of the character weapons, but the character weapons are intended to be stronger because they're supposed to be kind of the advertisement, right? This game is to entice you to think about the characters themselves and thinking about the synergies between them more so than the other things. The others are just kind of fill out those slots. Like with certain characters, some of them will be very, very synergistic. That's why I do need to do another pass on all of them, because at the moment, the majority of them synergize with amount, which amount isn't something that actually gets scaled at this stage. But I don't want to just go like, cool, here's another healing synergy, right? Because in a sense, that's what Iron Mouse's weapon is supposed to be. It is supposed to be the main healing synergy. Oh, you've got a little bit of healing in your build, and you kind of are lacking some of the resources for, say, like AoE or defensive. Then all of a sudden, Iron Mouse's weapon feels much more appealing. However, I'm going to be honest, Iron Mouse's weapon outside of healing synergies, definitely not the best choice. It's just the problem that the game currently doesn't have much in the way of synergistic systems, which I do need to fix. Something I've been looking at, because with the card game I'm working on, synergies have become way more prevalent in that, right? It's quite a big deal to create synergistic compositions for your characters to play through it. so not even like the character themselves, but just like synergies within the characters. Looking at Slay the Spire, how the Silent has synergies for poison, but also synergies for just mass play of cards, but also synergies for defensive. Like almost all of the classes have those last two synergies, right? Where it will be play to mass amount of cards that you're spamming every card out possibly in one turn. But also, synergy for a defensive approach. Some are just worse at it than others comparatively. Just fine. But that's why it's like, at the moment, pretty much everything is aimed to synergize with healing, or just not synergize at all, which is what I want to change. However, the amount of time and attention to the detail that I'll need to do for that, not willing to do today. I kind of want to just get stuff done more than reworking things, because I'll be honest, my motivation has been hurt for this since last week. I'm working really hard to try and fix that, and I was just thinking, you know what, let's work on let's tick boxes today. Let's just aim to tick boxes, so we're not causing any further issues for myself, and we're actually seeing progress. Because I think that's what has been affecting me so much. It's just the lack of tangible progress. Okay. Oh, so this weekend passed, right? So I kind of want to talk about something that happened a little bit over last week in the background as well, that probably also kind of affected my mood a little. So I've talked before about how I have a group of friends that I enjoy hanging out with. And we would be playing stuff like Baldur's Gate on the weekends, and then I talked about how I was actually kind of a little upset that when Power World came out, one of them bought it for me, and I'll pay him back and all, but we just basically I got told at the end of that day of us playing for a fair few hours, cool, go play on your own, when I'd been waiting to play this game since it was first and like initially announced all the way back when. I've been waiting to play with them. Alright? So that upset me, and I kind of just didn't feel like hanging out with them for a little bit. So I came back the next weekend, and I believe I just muted myself and played. I just didn't really feel in a great mood. Then I had my mates come over for a weekend. Then this weekend just been... So during all of last week, they were playing Baldur's Gate 3, all three of them. And now I'm going to be honest, from an outside perspective, there's an argument to be made. I could have asked, right? But from an outside perspective, that just is basically telling me they had enough of waiting around on me and my schedule, so they're deciding to have fun and play without me. So I just uninstalled the game, because I'm like, if they're going to play without me, they're going to play without me. I'm just not going to bother. This weekend, I get a message like, are you coming to play? It's like, I didn't think I was going to. Hello friend, I've been watching a live without saying anything because I don't understand much. That's all good. Don't worry too much. I'm just more kind of like talking to fill space at the moment. But yeah, no, that was something that kind of upset me a little bit, as it's just like, oh, well, why aren't you coming to play? And so I didn't think you guys wanted to play with me anymore, I'll be honest. So and now he's made one of the friends has made a decision that we talked about in the past, but I thought at least I would be informed of if he was gonna do it beforehand. And now I'm just starting to think that, like, especially with everything that happened last year, all that. When do you think your little game will end? When do I mean, to be fair, I think this game's going to be a progressive little project I'm going to work on. It has been like a full year of development at this point. I would hazard to guess, if things speed up at any point, I would say maybe a year or two from now. Like a 3-year development window for it. However, I would be willing to just keep working on it if there's enough interest. I can't make money off of it, so there's a level of it would always be kind of a lower end project, but this one, yeah, I mean, it's the scheme of I want to add a bunch of VTubers to it means that I have a large quantity of individuals to add. If I ever wanted to go like, oh, I'll add everything, that's never happening. That's too many. I don't think the game would be able to store that many. But this development cycle I'm hoping to have done by the end of the week. But that's dependent on the other person that I've got working with me. It was dependent on if he can get the UI stuff done in time. Alright, this shouldn't affect anything because it's all default thing. I need a different insult every time I appear, fair enough. But it's good to see you, Pastel. Alright, so now that we've got this system in place, this actually helps me out a lot. Now I'm gonna have to think about this. Okay. So I might try and work on some of the abilities for now and get these finished up. So Voxes are done. Sort of. Iron Mouses are done. Junipers, one of them is done, the other isn't. This one hasn't been done. Alright, let's do a little bit of art for this then. Sure, 32 by 32 will do. This is going to obviously be one of those many subject to change eventually. Could you send the name of the song's name is in the bottom left. See that little box over here? It's right there. Screen is like 2 pixels. I mean, I can't do too much about that. It's also just playing off YouTube music. If you want the playlist, it's literally Mort Dog's playlist that he uses, so search up Mort Dog and you'll find it. It's just thousands of things. You can zoom in on even phone, can't you? From memory? Wait, I'm pretty sure you were able to. Yeah. You can go up to like 8 times zoom. Yeah. Felt called out there before. Sorry, Max. Sorry. Mouse stuff is working to get the keys. Then I guess there'll be some improvements to the pause menu and upgrade. Last was exe menu. Exe menu's not too much of a fuss. Showing just as long as it can show exe and assist in character select, at least basically for now, we'll be fine. The one that I remember was the crates, right? Crates and pause menu were the two that I think I was most wanting for. So, and I think, where is it? It was in Discord, right? That I posted. Yeah, in the pinned. I think that was some of the stuff around it. Let's see. Yeah, so the middle one of the two images for the pinned, because there was two things for crate that I wanted. It was showing multiple weapons and then decisions either side. That's what that middle one is of those two. But yeah, no, sorry for giving you a bit of a call out on that one. We're saying this is the stuff I'm waiting on. I mean it with the best of things. I understand you're busy. That's why I'm not like pestering you on it, because life happens. All good. Yeah. I mean, hell, at the moment I've been bloody atrocious with getting things done. Why are you drawing an upside down pair of extra large trousers? Is that what how do you see that? How do you see extra large trousers out of that? Like, I mean that with like genuinely, I'm interested now. See trousers everywhere. Oh, okay. Well, probably that's because you need to clean up, you know. They're strewn all across the floor. Correct group. There we go. Use that for trousers? No, it's not trousers. It's a baby bug, just not colored. I mean, do you want it just colored in quickly to justify the fact of what I'm saying? Yeah. You have the bug trousers then? No. I'm not spending the time to draw trousers on a fucking dev art as well. This is literally a placeholder image. Give me some fucking credit, I drew it in seconds. desperate need for some denim. No. God damn. Okay. So this is where I'm gonna have a fun time. I need to create AI. This is gonna be annoying. So how am I going to handle this? I need to make an object. It will be an object handling the AI for me. The bug wore trousers, how would they wear it? Demonstrate. I mean, one thing you might not have been able to notice, right? Is I am actually just wearing a singlet today. I've just got a jersey over it. That's why, like, you can see all the way down my fucking chest. If I actually sit up a little bit. I just a little bit of a tease there. Giving me purpose, push you into trouser purgatory. I mean, I got some fucking trousers over there. I was wearing them in the weekend. Wore them, went out, watched a movie, watched a car crash before we saw the movie. Saw like another car almost like go off the fucking road while we were coming back. It was a real interesting day. Sunday was weird. Sunday was very weird. Okay, how would you feel if I sent you a pair of bug trousers? Is it bug themed trousers or trousers made out of bugs? Because that would probably define how interested I am in the prospect. Trousers for bugs. Oh, the third option. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to have to try and put trousers on bugs. Sounds fucking awful. Shower in the denim? No. No, I'm good, thanks. I'm not actually that much of a fan of denim. Never really have been. Like, don't get me wrong, I had some skinny jeans at one point. Which, ironically enough, I threw away ages ago because I didn't fit in them anymore, but I probably can fit in them now. I've lost a lot of weight in recent. Probably not doing much better today. You wanna hear my secret for today? So tomorrow's payday. I have, like, no food. I have some rice I'll make later, but I have jack shit at the moment. Max isn't here, so I can say this without him worrying about me. But yeah, no, I basically ate, like, fuck, what did I have yesterday? I think I had some cereal, some quick done up noodles, with some ramen, really, some organic ramen, with some eggs, the last of my eggs, and then I had a piece of bread. That's all I had yesterday. I'll send some food, if you can eat trousers, that is. I don't know, is denim eatable? I think it's a little eatable. It's probably not the most nutritious thing out there. Sub goal? No, we're not making it a sub goal like eat trousers. I'm saying this now, that's not happening. Oh, you're burning? Yeah, I am burning. Yeah, I like burning better, yeah. I'm just burning alive over here, it's great. Trying to remember how this works. So this in a rotating fashion drops splash. Save you with my bug trouser fire hydrant, I see. Wait, denim burns really well. No, please don't. How does this know to target around the player? I need to know now. Definitely not obsessive, am I? No, not at all. I mean, I need to do a bit of game test stuff at some point anyway, so... Okay, you might not understand why I just reacted that way. This is the old build. This is the build that the menu's supposed to be bugged on. This was bugged the last time I launched it. Why not? Give everything trousers? Sure, that would solve it. So we're looking specifically for ink sprayer. Because I need... There it is. Okay, now that we've got it, we can get priority levels on it faster. Okay, there we go. The trumpet stamp is overrated. The time for the trouser stamp is now. Modern problems require modern trousers. God damn it. I actually, yeah, okay. Doesn't ink spray, it's supposed to get more projectiles, isn't it? With level up. Is it triggering too fast that it's not actually spacing them out correctly? So it's just stacking them? I think it's stacking them on the same spot. Oh, hello. Need to look into that. So slime could be moving pair of collapsed trousers because he's lacking, like, sure. Sure, Pastel. Okay, so then this should theoretically work if we just make this this. I probably want to store most of the logic on here just because it's going to have to be progressive logic. So I want to create a time source though. It'll be a locally used time source, so let's just call it time source for now. No, it's time source create. There we go. Sense of humor is developed into trousers, yes. I expect nothing more from you, Pastel. Needs to be in seconds, because that's what the unit typing I use for the rest. Pastel, never heard of them. More like trousers. I'm trouser man, okay. Okay, so how am I doing the refactoring of this again? So this needs a safety check to... How do I do it in the other place? There's somewhere else I do this. It's in upgrades, isn't it? I have a script to remove, yeah, priority array, here we go. So if I just yoink... I can pretty much yoink all of this. I think I'm gonna be, actually I don't think I've ever been called Pastel, have I? No, that was your name here, earlier on. That's why I refer to you like that. Refer to you as such, I should say. Like, it's been since well before shorts that you've had that as your, name. So how am I going to do this? So that is my index for the array then. So I need to make sure, so wait. Yeah, so it needs to be array indexes ran. So that gives me the value that I want to work with. Ah, shit. Okay. So I need to make cooldown separate then. Right? Yeah. Cooldown needs to now be a, separate output instead of just a value. Okay, that's fine. So if you're wondering why, it's because, so what I'm doing here, actually, why am I doing this? No, I don't need to do it that way. No, fuck off. Yeah. Okay, just have this for now. Because I was thinking I'm gonna make it the cooldown based on the cooldown that the actual weapon has between them, but that just actually makes no sense. No, I can't do this because it can't trigger itself. I believe I've had this issue before. Shit, okay. So instead what we're gonna do is just do that for the moment. So baby Junie, okay. So with that being the case, then I can actually have this as different functionality. So how do I want to handle this? How do I want to handle this? that be it? So there's some of these weapons that are going to need completely different functionality to even justify how they're going to function. Like Iron Mouse's weapon, right? That's going to have very, very different functionality to justify how it's going to work off of copies. Because otherwise it's just going to cause a permanent looping thing and it's going to be weird. Actually, it's not going to cause a permanent looping thing, it's just going to be... It's going to multi-trigger it, right? It's just going to trigger it an additional time on the player. That's not what we want. Yeah, we want something else for that. So we'll, again, so many things need to be changed to work with this. This ability was always going to be a nightmare to program because it meant that I had to redo so much work to make this one ability work. However, that's why I intend to utilize the concept that I lay forth with this more than once. I do plan on having a character that echoes spells themselves. Like they have a chance every time they use an ability to use it more than once. But that's also going to require some additional little stuff in there, right? But like to give an idea, so Iron Mouse's weapon currently, how it works is that it creates an object and that's how it starts. Then the next time it's triggered is when it actually like properly calculates out the damage and all that. But it never purges itself, never gets rid of itself. That's what I'll need to do, is I'll need to have a copy version where it just yoinks the current existing damage, doesn't replace the damage, because that's the other thing, is it resets the held damage in space to 0. So it needs to not do that. And then it also needs to purge itself afterwards. It'll need to do a deletion. So with a lot of them, it's basically just going to be like, because there's also a few of them that are checking for if that object exists, whereas I might have to make it so they hold an instance variable. We'll see. Like I might need to, with Iron Mouse's one, I might need it to store an ID, for example. A specific object ID. Which shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so theoretically, this should now create a rotating object that will try and copy the spells of the player. Also, the other thing I should mention with a lot of weapons is that they spawn, say, here, right? This is currently targeting the player. So I'm going to have to create a new system for figuring out if it's a copy, what's the target, right? But I'll probably just make some functionality around that and then just be able to, so I can copy and paste it everywhere easier. Shouldn't be too bad. Oops. I get those occasionally mixed around, huh? Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. That's... Okay. Is there really anything else I need? No, right? Okay. So we're not worrying too much about the visual for now because we're going to have it. The idea is that it's also going to change along with Juniper's skin as well eventually. Same with Full Moon. None of that's going to be working for now. We're just getting the baseline mechanic in, so... Let's just get this working and see if it actually works. level up, no caps. Let's try this. All right, might as well. It's 100% not going to work correctly. Here we go. Object 0 not set. Yes, cool. Yes, it is not. Surprisingly enough, it looks like it might have actually worked had it actually finished the inputs. Would you look at that? That's a scarier thought. Oh, baby thing nooming, huh? Not set before reading it. What? Okay, this is a confusing one. So this is probably inside of the object stuff. On line 24, this. Do I make this a return instead, just for safety's sakes? And then we can do... that. Unknown object. I was summoned by the cyberpunk, fair enough. Alright, spinning child, go. No, that's still not right. Is it because it's on the object that's causing problems? Yeah, I saw that, Roger. You posted that in the Discord. That was pretty fucking impressive, man. Well done. Might start streaming again just because of lack of motivation and level making. That's fair. It is a good way of like kind of nudging yourself in a sense. Does this help? Any capacity? I mean, it's helped me like keep plotting away on this. Like, I do not think I would have gotten anywhere near as far as I have if I had not. No, that's still causing problems. So is it making it inside of there? Opinion on No Game No Life Season 2. Wait, has it been announced? Has it finally been announced? No? Okay, well. One day maybe. But I wish. I've read the a bit of the light novel. It's pretty solid. I do want to see more where it goes, but I will also not deny that, like, No Game No Life's kind of lost its charm. A lot of other series has come in and done those concepts pretty well now. Okay, so it is just because it can't understand the function. Cool. So I need to move this function somehow. I thought I would be able to just have those thing, but I guess not. Coming out when One Piece ends, probably at this point. Probably. I hate that that's actually genuinely probably true. TF2 heavy update when the Valve on Valve HQ, true. Got that. So many of those fucking like one day memes, one day. One day. To be fair, One Piece actually sounds like it is coming to a close, right? As much of a close as it's ever gonna be. Valve themselves said so. Yes, no, you know, I wonder, right? Because TF2, I wonder why they just don't justify the work that it needs to have, right? It clearly needs work. I just wonder why they decide it's not worth that work. I would accept crime for the update, true. Hey, it would be fun. To be fair, I wasn't a huge TF2 player. I played a little bit back when, but not much. I am annoyed because I want the pointer. This is one of those times I hate game makers because it doesn't have pointers. I'm gonna remove this. To anyone that tells you pointers are useless, I will quickly come to fight that argument. It's something that works the same. Yeah, like it's... Because what you're about to see is the closest I'm going to be able to get to doing a pointer. You ready? I have to reference the fucking object like this, and this may not still work. They're a bit annoying personally for most work. I mean, so pointers are a very difficult concept and feel completely useless until they're not. Okay, so that didn't work again for the same reasoning, right? Yes. Okay. Why not? Tell me what ability is. No, it's... I need to know what ability comes out as. But like pointers are something that's incredible. I got much better at handling pointers in my second semester last year, and it's something that like even back when I was doing programming a lot, just didn't use them. No, I see what I've done wrong. That is what I've done wrong. Cool. This should fix it. Cool. It worked. May not have been obvious, but it worked. But you know, like, if I was to go into pointers, right? I absolutely love talking about pointers because pointers are incredible. So, and I want to stress, pointers are outside of like GameMaker, obviously, because GameMaker doesn't use pointers on the front end. Pointers are one of the most useful tools you'll ever have for keeping your game cleaner. So I'm going to use the same example my lecturers use, and it's great. So say I have, like, you ask me, hey, come over for dinner. So I want to come over to your place for dinner. So there is two things in programming that you can do, right? Which is to, so like if I was, what's the best way of showing it? If I was to call a function and call a value into that function. So say we've got int, oh no, we'll just use, no, we'll use int, right? Just to make this easier for my brain. Address equals, say, 5, because you're the 5th house on the street. If I do a function called go to this address, or go to, like, eat food here, there is two ways it's done, which is in here as just an int variable to go to this location. What this is doing is it's recreating this data. So it's not taking this, it's reintroducing this information here. So what it's done is instead of going to the person's house at 5, it is to my location, which I'm, say, at 7 on the street. It is dumping fucking 5 on my house. Now that sounds fucking stupid. Why would you recreate the entire house at this address at your location? Would you build your friend's house at your house every single time you wanted to have dinner with them at their place? No, that's a stupid idea. Because keep in mind that the 5 is going to be deconstructed eventually. So what you do is you add a little star here. And what instead is being done here is it's giving me the data at this location. So in the stack of memory and stuff like that, say the address is located here, it is telling me the data at this location. It is a reference to this point in memory. So it's a reference to this person's address. So it means instead of dumping it on mine, I go to this person's address for the for the data. So for the dinner. So yes, a pointer is literally just go get the information from this location. The pointer is the space in memory where it is. Then you start getting into deconstructing pointers and all that sort of stuff, which is, don't get me wrong, it starts getting really intense. But the shorthand is use pointers when you can. They are extremely valuable resources. And that's why I get upset, because GameMaker doesn't have it. Though GameMaker is introducing something. What was it again? They're introducing something that's incredible. Prefabs, that's right. Getting prefabs in GameMaker coming up. Which makes me interested. I want to see how they're going to how prefabs are going to work with this. Because I honestly, there's already kind of prefab data stuff in the place already. I use it a little bit, so it means that it's going to be, I mean, like, it's kind of what parenting is in a sense, right? What Game Maker uses in parenting, I can use for prefabs. But it will just make stuff easier to make, basically, is the short answer, which makes me excited. Like, that point in time, it is, like, pointers are the biggest thing I wish we had in Game Maker. So I'm gonna yoink all of this. Okay, and now we go... here. All right, cool. This should mean that the bug repeats. Okay, I need to just make it empty then. I was hoping because arguments is an optional, I didn't have to just do an empty, but I guess I do in a sense. Doesn't seem to be... it's not stopping because of pause. Okay, no, it is triggering. It's just triggering on the exact same timing. Cool. Okay. Decided to stream tomorrow after you stream, because today going to the grandfather's brothers, chill and watch a movie and eating pizza. Sounds fucking great. But yeah, no, genuinely, like, regardless of if you stream to people or not, it's just the argument of streaming holds you accountable, right? That's why I liked doing art at one point on stream. I just got frustrated with my own skill and ability. For reasons I've talked about in the past. In fact, I have a three-part short series coming out talking about that, or pulling from that stream. So that's going to be interesting. Speaking of which, I'm not going to show them, but I have about 3 scripts drafted up and ready to go. In fact, yesterday / the day before was going to be when I was going to record, but we are actually at a point where I can probably record the shorts soon. The pre-established ones that I'm going to do for kind of evergreen content, discussing things. So if there is anything in particular, this is actually something I'm going to open to the leave open. If there's anything in particular you'd like me to try and discuss in a single short, conceptually, please let me know, because I'll consider it at least. Because I mean, if I open up this for gaming alone, I have like how hard is it to make a game, getting started, planning, cleaning up code, commenting code, game jams, stuff like that, sound design. So it's stuff like that. So it's always the music blasted, yeah. But like it's stuff like that that I'm like, I want to make evergreen content talking about why is it important? Why should I value sound in a game when you should optimize? I mean, the short answer is that's clean coding practices, right? But like that's also, yeah, a sense of planning. Only optimize when you notice an issue. No, I want to teach good habits. If you start needing more power to run your game, then optimize. I mean, I would hesitate to say, again, good coding practice means that you should not be worrying too much about that. Cleaning up your code after you're done is the important thing. You should accept that you're not going to make great code straight away. You should, if you're incredible at programming, you'll acknowledge, like any good programmer acknowledges they're never getting it right the first time. But if you can stand by good coding practices while you're doing it, it means that you make debugging faster and easier, and it means that you can resolve things faster and easier, and it means fixing things. It's just overall better. But like, it is the idea of you're not going to write perfect code. You're never going to really get that until like way too many iterations. At that point in time, you probably wasted a lot of time. Yeah, I build this one for more suited to situations. Yeah, like there's a lot of levels to it all that's really important to consider. And again, there's also, everyone's different, right? I'm giving general advice with these shorts. I mean, hell, one of them's talking about what a fucking VTuber is, right? And that's as general as it can get. What is a VTuber? A VTuber is a virtual model piloted by a person. So when it comes to programming as well, it's just pure and simply when... I mean, that's why I want to put commenting is one of the things, right? Commenting your code. Why should you even... when should you even comment on your code? And it's like, well, it's a good habit to just keep doing it. Early on, it's genuinely going to be things like... oh, this if statement does this, right? And that's how it is. good commenting means that I do not, it is all the context I need. A good code is self-commenting. Better code has comments as well. To finish out all of your ideas. The fact that, like, again, this is a good example. This is actually good commenting. This is talking about what I want to do before I do it and then kind of breaking it down from there. And then that means I can go from there, pull it apart, and then fill it out. That's why, like, I put a lot of work into the constructors, right? Constructors have, arguably this is not great because I could explain some of this a little bit better. Like around these, I want to explain why, like, this is designed the way it is. It's going to use these all output values like that, yada yada yada. But I believe, is it status effects? No. What was it again? It was like the struct here. This is what I would argue is fairly decent commented code. This is code that, like, I'm pretty sure you do not need to know the project and you could probably understand how buffs are handled. Right? Like, you could be relatively new to programming and you'd be able to work backwards from this. Go like, oh, so this is the name of the buff. Okay, so I need to give it a name. I need to give it a duration, which is kind of like a number to be ticked down. It's got its function that it will do at the end of the duration as cleanup. Oh, okay. And it gets all supplied here at the end, and you're like, ah. Don't get me wrong, it could still be better, but that's the idea, right? Is you're always improving. Initialization is a great example of not commented code. Like, none of this is commented pretty much. The only comments in here are a listing of what is kind of underneath, and even these are wrong. They're not even good sections and bracketing. Whereas like this could use some work. This kind of is starting to give a bit of a better idea. Again, you can see the difference in when I'm actually trying to put the effort in for it, and I'm genuinely trying to improve it constantly. I mean, look at the old weapons. Go back to here. I actually put in some statements, finally. But like, there is so many of these that just have no comments in it. To be fair, I'll be honest. For example, Demon Claws. There should be comments here, but also, holy shit, if you know programming and look at this, you'll understand it immediately. I don't think there's too much complication there. If game room thing, exit, I have that on everything, and that's just pure and simply a consistent safety net for all my functions, so I don't cause any crashes. This now is probably the most confusing part, but then it's like, okay, so the object is pulling from the reference. The damage is pulling from the reference and getting multiplied. The area is not pulling from a reference, it's absolute, which is not a great thing to do, but hey. But it's still getting multiplied. Play a sound, and then with this, create the object. And it gives it the name, the index, the area scaling, the angle that comes off the image, the directional arrow, and then does the damage. That's it. It's relatively straightforward. But yeah, there's a few things I need to change now that I've added this specifically, because there's a lot of weapons that this is going to break with very quickly. The duping effect. This affected speed, right? I believe. Is it speed or is it distance? I think this affected speed. If I add more zeros, does this speed up or slow down? I can't remember. That slows down a lot. We want it faster than that, but not too much faster, I guess, so... Okay, that's looking nice. I'm actually liking that a lot. So now I need to just go here and get the same functionality I do for everything else. Grab that. So this isn't speed. This just will need an exit. Though this will jump around because of this, right? I made 2 branches of road physics where one uses polygons for collision. Oof. Yeah, so that... Do I want it this way? I feel like there's a better way of doing this, right? What would be a better way of doing this? Because how does current time output? I think I can just do... Let's see how this works. What needs done with spacing out? Oh no, good. I'm just trying to think how I want to handle this. So that will need to change drastically, but yeah, that works. Cool. Does it need to be a higher number or a lower number? I think it's a lower number, right? No, higher number, sorry. Yeah. That looks good. And now it actually pauses. That looks good. To me, anyway. That's the rotating for the bug around the player. So the only thing that needs to really be done with the Juniper thing now is the functionality rework of everything else in the game to handle a copy system better. Which is why I don't want to do it right now. I don't want to work on that. That's just too much. That's, again, I talked about it. I don't want to do too much reworking today. I kind of want to do more progression. So I feel like I actually see improvement more to the game, right? I want to have boxes ticked at this point. Okay, so what's another one to work on? Now that we've kind of got those working. So these 3 characters are in their loosest versions done. Except, no, Vox isn't. Vox and Iron Mouse don't have the EXEs yet. My apologies. The EXs aren't done for these, but so Juniper in the loosest sense is the only character that's actually done. Right? I believe that's correct. Because I think the only character that Aura should be done as well. In the loosest sense. Which I mean is good, because she's going to be one of my flagships. Flagship characters. Actually, that's a good question. Out of the characters we have, what are the characters people would like to see as the flagships? Like the ones that are used for the advertising the most. In my eyes is going to be Iron Mouse and GX Aura. Right? I probably want one more, because you probably want 3. What would be another good one out of what we've got so far? Aura, Booby, Gura, Iron Mouse, Juniper, Kason, Mary, and Vox. We should probably just get rid of the Nina stuff at this point. I have the stuff for it saved, so. I don't know if I want to do Vox, and that's just purely because of the actions of Niji-Sanji recently, making me not want to advertise based on Niji-Sanji. So that kind of leaves me with... Okay, because the thing is, right? Booby, probably no, because Booby is Iron Mouse related, so I don't want to see him too Iron Mousey. You kind of want a bit of difference. So that also probably means no to Kason, because that's the second VTuber member used as the advertisement. In realistic sense, out of what we've got here, it's Gura, Juniper, or Mary. I don't know if I want to go with Mary, just because of popularity thing. I would argue Juniper and Gura are probably a little bit more popular. And and Juniper kind of, in a sense, advertises the indie aspect, whereas Gura advertises the Hololive. So I think Juniper would be better, right? And then if we ever move to 5, that's when I'd add Guru into that list. Guru or Mume in that slot. So say Juniper. Makes more sense as well for other reasons. To flagship those. Also, I should mention another reason why Aura is kind of a big reason for this is because she was probably one of the... Her and her manager were some of the first people I really talked to about this game. And they were awesome people. And on top of that, Game Maker is partnered with Opera GX. So it makes more sense to use her as an advertisement scheme for it. Yeah, GX games. So it would work for advertisement. Again, you can see the business side of me coming through a little bit with them. That's right, both of Kasel's are actually working, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna... I'm gonna close those because we're not gonna look. Yes, no, Auras needs the Rambit done. Rambit was one that I was just thinking about. Yeah, how do I want to do Rambit? Because Rambit's going to be... Yeah, so... It's kind of based off Venari in Warframe. Cora's cat. Which, in that one, you can actively switch them. But I want it passively. I want it passively switching between a utility, attack, and defense modes. Except it will prioritize doing defense mode if your health drops below a certain point. It'll come to your aid. How should I do the defense of this? Should it just be a heal? Do we want more healing? Or do I try and make a shield system? I think we should probably make shield at this point, right? Because I feel like shield's going to be used for other characters anyway. And it means, theoretically, from that, I can lower Aura's health to compensate for that, happily. It's like, oh, well, she's going to get a protective shield from time to time. A shield that doesn't regenerate unless Rambit's the one that comes and gives it to you. And it's a set max value that it'll go to. So it'll give you like 50 shield. Well, not 50 maybe, but like it will give you maybe 20 shield at max rank. 20 shield at max rank sounds so solid. Okay. So let's plan this out. Well, what kind of damage do we want to do? Because, like, do we want this high damage or do we want this, like, low, medium, high? This is a AI that's going to be targeting down things. I would say, like, mid-ish. So, like, at the beginning of the game, it'll probably be, like, 3 hits for it to kill an enemy, whereas, like, later on it might be 2 hits to kill an enemy. And keep in mind, I'm probably going to make it scale with player damage. So, it will scale into the late game. Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable to me. Okay. Keeping in mind, right, so the big important thing that needs to be acknowledged with these abilities is that they are locked. For now, they're going to be completely locked to the character that they're from. So at this point, Aura is all about using her EXs, using her EX ability and effectively using that. Getting more experience, getting more EX gauge, stuff like that. So that's why looking at Rambit needs to be designed to facilitate that idea. What is that needing then? Well, that needs a way of keeping her safe between casts, which sounds pretty reasonable. And also giving her, again, it's something that gets done in between, right? Especially the experience thing, right? Because she's already getting an experience replacer for a and yeah, she's getting an experience replacement. So with that being the case, that makes her way more level dependent by comparison. Or especially knowing that her ult actually scales off of player damage as well, means that she's probably quite she probably desires a lot of levels so she can upgrade her damage stat by the end and aim for that. Oh boy, fucking. Yeah, no, I need to look at that. Okay, I'm gonna just look at something off screen for a moment or two. That's something I don't want to look at, but I know needs to be looked at. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, it's... Ugh. Oh, I scrolled down and got even more depressed. Okay. I accidentally saw my student loan. Alright. So... let's write up a shield system, shall we? Because I feel like we can use shield for a few things. It means that we can move away from just giving healing to players, right? Which means that we, in a sense, anti-synergize with healing. Not fully, right? Because at this stage in time, to just kind of give clarity, healing and shielding will work in kind of conjunction, in a sense. So regardless of if HP is full, healing still goes up, right? So because if we go to, I think it's the player controller handles the healing. Yes, here we go. So healing gets added to a global variable called player heal. Then what happens is we get the heal amount by healing amp. Then we add heal amount to the Iron Mike damage if we use it, and then we increase the health by that amount. We give the thing output. Then afterwards we clear up any excess health, so healing doesn't overcap your health in any capacity. So we can basically do this, but with shielding, alright? Except shielding's not going to have an overcap. I think that's reasonable. It's going to be interesting, because then the question becomes, how do we display shield on the UI? My immediate thought is to take the HP bar. Wow, that was terrible drawing. Well done, Michael. Well done, Melis, I should say. Take the HP bar, and then, because there's underneath the HP bar is another bar already, and that's the DOT bar. Then we have the HP bar. Then I'm thinking over the top of this, we have another bar for shield. And so when we have this, we'll have HP written here, and then also like maybe a bracket or something like that, and then the shield amount. And then we'll have it so that a shield can only go up to the length of the health bar, then it will stop, but the shield amount can still go higher. In the case that I decide to add a character, for example, that has 10 health but has 100 shield, as their passive. Which that sounds like an interesting idea, right? You're telling me that you wouldn't want to see a character that's just got no HP but all shield and just have some interesting synergies around that? Whenever they take shield damage, they deal damage back or something like that. The shield breaks up a bit. And then you'll want to create more synergies of shields. Which means that I've created an interesting situation here. So I'm considering how I want to do this more and more. How I kind of want to do this is I want to actually make shields an array. Okay. So why I want to make shields an array is meaning there's actually a few cool benefits to it. I hope other people will understand my reasoning behind this. Is that by making shields an array, it means I can hold the name and value of the shield inside of it. And it means that way we just add together the shield amount is these values plus together. So it means that, for example, if I have two instances of shield, one gives 20 and one gives 40. If I went with just making it set to 20, unless higher for some reason, then it means that you would only ever get the 40. And then this 20 source that you would get, so for example, if there's an item that gives 40 and Aura has a Rambit, it means you'll only ever get to 40. And Rambit basically becomes useless. Whereas if we do it this way, it means that you can get 60. And they will sort themselves out like that way. I like that idea. I don't even think armor gets used anymore properly, right? I need to do a lot of cleaning up in here. Welcome to game dev. The complicated boss breaks none of our systems, but the rock over there sends you into space. God, I understand that. It's that simple one thing that you're like, cool, this should be fine. Cool, the complex mechanic works, the non-complex mechanic doesn't. Simple stupid or stupid simple, yeah. It is really truly the case. Okay, how are we gonna do this? need to create a priority system, right? So, yeah, I need to make a sort system. So first of all, player dot shield equals 0. It's called train of thought, yeah. Cool, there we go. But not derailable. They've derailed it many times. Words. Am I right? I mean, how was it? Inflammable and flammable mean the same thing, isn't it? Or some shit like that? I can't remember what it was. Want to check out the game progress later. I will say now, this is probably the wrong week for that. Because like some of the stuff I talked about earlier today, but just this week is my last week before uni starts, and I'm working very hard on this. Like, it's this and the YouTube short stuff have to take priority in my eyes. Like, I'm also very tired today, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, I mean that with like the utmost respect to the project you're working on. I'm just very realistically looking at how much time I have available to me. Okay. So I probably want to make it so... How do I want to handle shield priority? Am I going to make a priority value? That sounds nightmarish. Or do I want to make it so it's just simply smallest value first? Now you might wonder what's the point in creating a priority system for shields. Simply put, I feel like priorities set are best overall though, yeah. Simply put, what happens if like one's a one-off shield and one's a regening shield? You want to prioritize the one-off shield to take the damage first. Then the healing shield. So yeah, it probably needs to actually be a straight up priority value. Attributed to every shield in the game. Which is going to be awful. Awful, awful, awful. Because I think I might try giving a enemy drop that gives you like a little shield. Just so it's not always just healing. It's sometimes you just get like a mini shield from time to time. but I can see that being quickly not a appreciated thing. Okay. I mean, you know, one other thing that I need to sort out this week is I need to finish doing Peliconi's, sorry's, storyline in Honkai. So I might have to sneak in an afternoon stream at some point. Once I know, scheduling. Because I still need to farm, Runa's gear at some point, because it's starting to be annoying not having her at peak, or closer to peak than she is. She's currently using was unranked old break set stuff, which is just awful. Oh, you know, one game I've been hearing a lot of popularity around is Helldivers 2, I think is what it's called. Sounds very interesting. I haven't looked too much into the game. I just hear a lot of people talking quite a lot about it and enjoying it a lot. So that already piques my interest to see why people are talking about it so much. Sounds like it's kind of in that same stem of why people liked Lethal Company and Deep Rock Galactic, which I did enjoy both of those games. So. Immediately that catches my eye. God, I'm starting to feel the waking up at midnight hitting me hard now. And I can feel my fucking consciousness unraveling in a really awful way. Not gonna be able to keep focus for much longer, so I'm not gonna do the shield then. I'm not gonna do Aura's weapon. I'm just not gonna get an Aura's ability. I'm not gonna get through it in time now because I'm gonna have to take a rest this evening. I have a few things I need to sort out for cleaning around the house, and then I'm gonna take a rest this evening, and then get back to work. Both of Boobies are kind of done. I still need to come back to this one at some point, but this one's gonna require so much like weird stuff going on. Gura has one of hers working. This one requires her EX. Do we work on her EX quickly? How much work is that gonna be? Store data. It's gonna have to, yeah, store target data in object, transform object, 2 sprites, one with animation. Yeah, it's gonna be annoying. We can probably start working on Gura's EX though. It's about time we do. Okay, control new. What was the sizing we have for? It would probably just be. This is a 128. I'm gonna use the mouse for this part. No, that's not what I wanted. It's shift. No, it's alt. Alt in. Yeah. There we go. Then I'm gonna stream while watching the stream. Fair, fucking hell. Have fun with that. Wouldn't be my first recommendation. To be fair, my mate does stream silently and just chills out, so happens. This is such a terrible way of doing this, I feel. But I don't really think of it. There's a better answer in my eyes. At this point, I'm just being lazy. Cool. I made the assist section? No, I haven't. I need to make that at some point. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to bother making 2 objects. I'm just going to make 1 object for this. I'm just going to do some weird stuff. Is this Hades? No, it's Pia, sorry. think it's image angle I need, right? And then sprite hold. Is that everything I need? Yeah, that's probably everything I need. Oh. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to compile, I mean to save. Whoops. Okay, man. Stop the compile. Cool. This is Fire Emblem Fates. I knew it. You have no idea how much I played Fire Emblem. Specifically Fire Emblem Fates. Like, genuinely. You have no idea how much I played of that. I think one of my playthroughs alone has something upward of 200 hours. And that's one of my playthroughs. God, I loved it. Fuck, I really love that game. I've been nostalgic for a long time. I've been contemplating coming back to playing some of my old 3DS games. I'd love to. Right. Who wants to bet if this works first time or not? Programming rationale tells me no. It actually works. Well. More or less. More than I fucking expected. Oh my god, that... Okay, it sounds stupid, but with the shitty art and all that, that's actually how I wanted it to work. It's genuinely how I wanted it to function. It works straight away. I'm actually really happy with it. Woot. Alright. Well, with that being the case, I'm going to be naughty. Like I said, today is longer than what it actually streams are going to be during this time in the future. They're going to become 2 hours, bit over. And I am feeling like absolute garbage. So, with that being the case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, yada yada yada. I'm sure you can figure out the socials and all that. Just yeah, thank you so much for watching. You're awesome, stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye.